All right, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So this is episode 8 of the SMMA series, and if you guys are new, my name is Addy. And back in January, I started uploading on this channel to pretty much document my journey with starting a social media marketing agency entirely from scratch and as a complete beginner. So as you guys can see on the board ahead of you, we've been following this set structure, and the first 6 episodes have pretty much covered everything on here so far. So if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and watch the previous videos. And before I move forward, I did just want to let you guys know that there is a resource folder down in the description below. So pretty much all the resources that I'm using in my agency and everything that we've been creating, I've just been uploading it onto that Drive folder for you guys to access entirely for free. So that includes my contracts, scripts, onboarding system, and pretty much everything that we've done so far. All right, so today's episode brings us into the last section here, which is service delivery. And it's nice to see that we've actually been making some good progress. Most of the board is already green, and we have signed our first client. So I guess that's a good sign that we're doing some good work. I did just want to let you guys know, though, that I will be making some changes in the service delivery section, and it's primarily related to Go High Level. So that's a software that I'm sure most of you guys are familiar with, and I was initially going to implement this for my client. If you guys saw the onboarding meeting that I had with them, I did explain everything and how we're going to be using it for them, but I kind of sat down and thought about it, and I don't actually think I'm going to be implementing it for them. I figured that if the client is spending 150 on Go High Level, and I would just be using it as a CRM software to pretty much nurture the leads and set up some basic automations. I just don't think it's too worth it for them because realistically, as of right now, I'm not creating landing pages or using advanced functions that high level offers. So I'd rather just spend that $150 that I'd be spending on high level and allocate it towards ad spend. If you guys saw the last episode, the client said that they have a budget of $300. So I sent them a message yesterday asking if they'd be okay with me just manually handling the appointment setting process and using the funds that we would be spending on high level and just pretty much put it towards ad spend, and they said that they would be okay with it. So now instead of $300, we have 450, which gives us a bit more room to play around with the ads and test what's working and what's not working. I feel like that's just going to be a lot more beneficial than me spending that money on Go High Level to pretty much just set up some basic stuff, which I can do for free on some different platforms. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I won't be using Go High Level as of right now. I definitely will be once I have a couple more clients, but I feel like as of right now, it's just not too necessary. So I just want to kind of give you guys an update about that. So I'm just going to be making some adjustments on this board and making sure that it matches the next steps that we're going to be carrying out in our agency and also for our clients. All right, so I've gone ahead and I've made the changes. So it starts off here actually. I've added a couple things under the live onboarding call. This wasn't here before, but I figured I'd just add it in case you guys haven't seen the previous episode. This is everything that we did in the live onboarding call. So we gained Facebook admin access with the client. And then we got the details about the offer that we're going to be providing. We haven't finalized it yet. We're going to do that in today's episode. But we got the details for the offer. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. And then we got some details on their customer profiles. So all that happened in the last episode, which was the live onboarding call. But in today's episode, we're going to go into the marketing strategy and then also the ad design. So as you guys can see under marketing strategy, it starts off with service selection. So every niche has different services, whether you're working in the med spa niche, there's going to be all sorts of different things aside from laser. But then in my case, I'm working with automotive detailers. So there's ceramic coating, there's paint protection film, they do wraps, they do tinting. So we have to pick the service that we're going to push the most out of all of them. And that's what we're going to be advertising. And then we have to create an offer around that service. And then we have to identify the target audience. Once again, we've got the details from the client already, but in this stage, we're just going to be finalizing it and making sure that everything is up to the standard that we need. And then ad budget allocation. So as I mentioned before, now we have $450. So in the beginning, we're going to test out a bunch of different ads. We're going to see what's converting the most leads and gaining the most traction. And then we're going to change the budget around in a way where the ads that are converting the most, we're going to put more money towards them. So that's ad budget allocation, and then we're going to go into ad design. So in this stage, we're going to figure out the ad copy, we're going to design the creatives, and then we're going to finalize our ad strategy. So that's everything that's going to happen in today's episode. Afterwards, we're going to go into a couple of different things. So I want to create an episode on appointment setting process. So in that episode, we're going to put together the appointment setting script and hopefully reach out to the leads once we're getting them through the Facebook ads. And then it goes into launching the ads. So that's all stuff for later. But in today's episode, we're going to focus on the marketing strategy and then also the ad design. All right, so I'm just going to get straight into this. Once again, the first thing that we have to do in our marketing strategy is service selection. So I have created a doc where we're going to finalize everything today. But referring back to the Notion onboarding system, once again, if you guys haven't seen the episode where I created this, this is what I use to onboard the client and throw all the information on here. So you guys can see the first question says, what are the high ticket services offered by your company? the client said ceramic coating, paint protection film, wraps, window tinting, and detailing. But out of all of those services, the most popular was ceramic coating. And out of all the options available that you guys can see below, the full front package was the most popular. So as of right now, they sell that for $1,500, and it pretty much includes the full hood, the fenders, the bumpers, the mirrors, and also the headlights. So that's stuff we're going to be using when we're figuring out the ad copy. But as of right now, we can pretty much just look at that as our main service. In the future, if our partnership goes well, then we definitely want to expand into things like mobile detailing and maybe tinting. They were interested in that as well. But as of right now, since we're just doing a 30-day free trial, I think the ceramic coating is the best option to push out of all the other ones available. So coming back to the Google Doc, we can just write ceramic coating as the main service. So ceramic coating full front package is the final service that we're going to be offering. The next thing that we need to do is figure out the offer. And on here, you guys can see we went through the offer as well. So this is what I used to pretty much get information from them. But once again, we have to sit down and finalize it ourselves. So I gave them a couple examples. In terms of the offer, we can do free consultation, percent discount, and then also a discount plus free. And then out of all those available, we decided to go with discount plus free because it just made the most sense. And it seems like all the companies are offering that. It's the most popular one. So together we kind of came up with 10% off ceramic coating plus free interior detail. And I don't think I really need to change that offer. I'm pretty happy with it. Just looking at the Facebook ad library, there were a lot of businesses that were offering a free bonus, something like the free interior detail or free ceramic coating on just your headlights, but they weren't actually offering 8% off of the main service. So I think this is a lot stronger, and I'm hoping it actually gets some good leads. So I'm just going to go through with this and write that in our final doc. So I'm just going to copy 10% off ceramic coating plus free interior detail, and we can just paste that right over here. All right, so the next thing is target audience. So for this part, I'm just going to paste some of the information that I got from the client during our meeting. So this is what they gave me. They said men, location 30 kilometers, and then they wanted to target dealerships if possible. This obviously isn't anything too specific. It is kind of standard. I'm not too sure how the whole Facebook advertising part works in terms of narrowing your search down. I think there is an option for interest. So I think if we identify what the ideal customer is, it'll help us when we're targeting them. So just asking ChatGPT, they gave us a couple of good ideas as well. So in terms of interest, things like car detailing, of course, car care, vehicle detailing, car grooming, just standard stuff. But in terms of behavior targeting, there is a good point that's mentioned. So they put luxury vehicle owners. So looking through the Facebook ad library once again, I noticed that a lot of people were targeting luxury owners specifically. So they had a higher end car in terms of the visuals, and then they were just trying to target the luxury car owners. So that's also an option that we can do. I think that's something I might look into when we are running the ads. But aside from that, there isn't too much information here. They have some stuff like job title, location targeting, and stuff like that. But we'll get into all those details once we're actually running the ads. I did check this website out as well. I don't think this is too relevant. And just looking at the age range, it reminded me that the business owner did give me the age range that they want to advertise in. I'm not too sure why it was removed from the Notion board, but I'm just going to check back to my previous video and then see what the age range was that they gave. I'm just going to take a second here. So it looks like the age range was 22 to 65. That's what he gave me during our last onboarding call. You guys can check back to that video. It was listed on the Notion onboarding system, but I'm not too sure why it got removed. But he did say that the range can really differ because like at times it can be young guys who just want to get their cars changed up and kind of to that new look, but it could also go to that older range where it's just old dudes with vintage cars that want to get their vehicles looking brand new. So it could really differ, but it was primarily men. They didn't say anything about women. So it looks like that's what we're going to be targeting. Once we get to the interest phase, once again, we're going to start looking into a couple different things if necessary. But as of right now, I think this should be okay. And then in terms of target dealerships, if possible, I'm not too sure how I would do that, but I'm sure that's something we can look into because, he said that he wants to target dealerships that want to get ceramic coating for their customers. So if that's a possibility, we'll definitely look into it. But if not, I don't think there's anything we can do. So for now, we'll just keep this as our target audience. If there's anything else that I remember, I'll just add it in. But for now, this should be okay. All right, so that's pretty much it for this part. We've got the service, the offer, and target audience down. I did just want to show you guys some of their competitors that are also in the area. Just to kind of gain some inspiration on what type of ads they're running and to see what our competition is pretty much. And I was going through a lot of the businesses that were very close by, and their ads didn't seem that strong to me. So this is an example right here. It's just a whole lot of text that I don't think a lot of people want to read. We're definitely going to keep ours shorter than this. And we're going to make sure that the first thing the customer sees when they stumble across the ad is the offer and some of the important details. In my opinion, this is just way too much information, and I can't clearly see what they're offering just by reading it. And I think that's a bit of a problem. Another ad example right here, they're just talking about a color change, but I guess they're just directing people to their Instagram. Third option right here, once again, it's just a whole lot of information. I don't see anything too special about these ads. There's not a clear offer or some clear information. They're not utilizing emojis and making their information concise and clear. So yeah, I do think that we should be able to run some ads that are going to capture some more attention and hopefully get some more leads. Once again, I'm not saying that I'm some sort of Facebook ads expert, but I feel like I've done enough research and I've seen enough ads that actually do convert to know what works and what doesn't. So yeah, I just don't want to make my ad similar to this with a whole bunch of information and no clear objective. So yeah, that was just us looking at some competitors and seeing what they're running in the area. But yeah, we can just return to the Figma board and see what's next. So we've done service selection. I'm going to mark that as green. We've also created our offer, and then we've identified the target audience. So the next thing that we need to do is add budget allocation. All right, so I'm just going to head back to the doc here and I'm going to paste what I have so far. So as I mentioned earlier, I have $450 and 30 days. So that brings us, I'm just going to write that down here, but that brings us $15 per day to play with. Um, and I'm just trying to think how I want to go about allocating this. The client did already upload all the visuals and videos and images, things like that. But I'm just trying to think how many ads I want to run in the first 3 to 5 days to pretty much test. And then afterwards, we're going to reallocate the budget and just put it towards the adverts that are actually converting and getting more leads. But since we have $15 per day, I'm thinking maybe we test three. I feel like anything more than three might be a bit too much. I want to do a couple of videos. Um, if we're doing three, I want to do 2 videos and 1 image, maybe something like that. Maybe 1 video and 2 images. We'll see. I've been seeing a lot of the businesses that are running ceramic coating. Most of them are doing videos with that TikTok style video where like the person is talking and giving information. So I'm thinking we do one of those and maybe 2 images. We'll decide on that when we get to it. But I'm thinking we test three ad creatives, $15 per day, and then we'll reallocate the budget depending on what works and what doesn't. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that down right below here. So we are going to be testing 3 creatives at $5 per day. And then after 5 days, maybe after 3 to 5 days, reallocate the budget. Cool. So that is done. I'm going to come back to the board and we're just going to mark that as completed. So marketing strategy is now done. And now we're going to be moving into the ad design. So this is where we figure out the ad copy, we design the creatives, and then we just figure out the entire strategy. All right, so coming back to the doc here, I've made a specific section for the ad design. So I have 3 separate tables for the copy. Once again, we're testing out 3 different creatives. So obviously the copy is going to be slightly different for each one. But first things first, I just want to talk about the structure of the ad. So in terms of the ad structure, I want to follow a specific format. So first things first, it should start off with the call out. So hey city, pretty much. In my case, it'll be hey Toronto. And then second thing would be the promotion and details. And then third thing would be scarcity and call to action, pretty much the CTA. So I'm just going to go ahead and write that. So this is the structure I want to follow for the copy. And I'm pretty much just going to take some time to use ChatGPT and also the Facebook ad library to come up with a unique way to frame the offer. So there's no point in me recording the entire thing and taking all that time to do the research, but I will come back and show you guys what I came up with. But as of right now, I'm just going to do some research on my own and then, see how we can come up with a unique way to frame the offer. All right, so this is what I've come up with so far. I have taken some inspiration from the different adverts that I've seen online and from different companies that are running ads similar to this, but I've tried to keep it as unique as possible and I've added some different information according to the website for my client. So I'll just quickly go over it with you guys. So it starts off with an attention message. So it says, attention Toronto. And then I wanted to include urgency. Obviously, this offer isn't just for the next 5 people, but I figured I'd add it in. I feel like this type of stuff generally captures more eyes. So I just said for the next 5 people, we're offering a limited time deal that'll have your car looking and feeling brand new. And then book a ceramic coating appointment today and get a free interior detail plus an exclusive 10% discount on your ceramic coating service. And then the next section goes into just explaining the service a bit more. So our premium ceramic coatings provide a hydrophobic shield and an ultra smooth surface. Say goodbye to stubborn dirt, water spots, tree sap, and bird droppings. They simply glide off, leaving your vehicle protected and gleaming. And then I included a why section just explaining a bit more why the potential client would benefit from, getting ceramic coating done for their car. So I said why ceramic coating is a game changer for your car. Ultimate paint protection, maintains like new appearance, scratch resistance, ease of maintenance, and preserves resale value. And to pretty much conclude it, I said ready to transform your car. Click on the get offer button now to secure your spot. And then hurry, only 5 spots left for this unbeatable offer. So I think that's pretty strong compared to the competitors that we've seen in the area. I think this one definitely is better than what they had. It's pretty concise. I feel like if I was just to look at this, I would know what was going on and what the offer is. It's pretty easy to navigate with your eyes, and we're pretty much directing the customer to the offer. So it's pretty straightforward, in my opinion. And the other two copy options are probably going to be pretty similar. So I don't think there's any point of writing them out right now. They might just have a couple different changes if we're targeting luxury car owners compared to regular car owners. So we'll decide on that in just a little bit. But I think what we need to do now is actually create and edit the visuals. So the client uploaded all of the materials on the drive folder as I told them to during the onboarding call. So I have a bunch of different videos and pictures. So we need to put something together. And I'm not too sure how to really edit them. I have a couple ideas in my head, but I haven't really edited videos and pictures like that before. But I'm sure we'll figure it out. There's a lot of resources online, so we'll probably utilize that type of stuff. But I think I want to edit the video in a TikTok style form where there's someone talking in the back and explaining the offer in a bit more detail. I'm not too sure if I have enough material in the first place. I can show you guys what's been uploaded so far in the Google Drive folder. And based on everything that we've received so far, I've just put it in a final folder. So I can kind of show you guys what that looks like. There are a couple pictures that stood out to me, just like this one. Since we're offering a free interior detail, this might be the winning creative. Obviously, we have to edit it and make sure that it looks okay. And there are a couple other videos that I'll show you guys in a bit, but I'm probably just going to open up CapCut and we'll see if we can work with the software to make an edited video with the text that I was talking about. All right, so I made an account with CapCut and I've uploaded the videos that I think will fit in the final ad. But I did just want to show you guys what I meant by the video with text in the back. So I'm going to cut out the audio here, but you guys can pretty much see what I mean. So it's a bunch of different clips put together and there's text, but there's also audio that's, announcing what the text is. So this is something I want to test. But once again, we're also going to be testing a couple different ones. So we'll see what works, we'll see what doesn't. And, based on what actually is successful, we'll push the ad budget towards that one. So I'm just going to go back to CapCut here and we'll try figuring out how we can make a video similar to that. All right, so I'm still working on this. It's taken a bit longer than it probably should, but I'm hoping it actually does convert. I've seen some videos of people saying that you probably shouldn't make video ads for auto detailers, but I figured I'd give it a try anyways. Once again, I haven't ran Facebook ads before, so I really have no idea what's going to work and what isn't. But that's why we're going to test a couple different things and see if we can find any success in this type of stuff. So the video has taken a bit of time, but I switched to a different software called Clipchamp, and we're moving through it a bit faster now. I figured there's no point in me really showing you guys a final product right now. I really need to get this video uploaded, and I'll be reviewing everything in the final video where I actually launch the ad. So in that video, you're going to see all the final creatives, all the final copy, pretty much everything once again. And in terms of the other creative, I've shown you guys this before, but I'll probably use this one as my second option. I've heard the before and after pictures work pretty well with Facebook ads, so I don't think I really need to edit this too much. It's pretty much done. So I just figured I'd show you guys that this is probably the other one that I'm going to be running. And we'll see if we can come up with a third option, maybe with some text, but I'll probably edit that one and show you guys in the final launch video. But as of right now, we can just head back to the Figma board and wrap this video up. So we've completed the copy. I've shown you guys everything that I've written out, pretty much the material that we're going to be including within the body text. so we can mark that as green. We've put together some ad creatives. So once again, we're going to show the final product in the launch video. And in terms of the ad strategy, we've kind of reviewed that already. I've told you guys that I'm going to be testing out 3 different ads, and then we're going to reallocate the budget, depending on what works and what doesn't. So that's pretty much the strategy that we're going to follow. It doesn't really need to get too complicated there. But that's pretty much it for today's video. I feel like we've done quite a bit today. We've figured out the entire marketing strategy as well as the ad design. And then it's going to go into launching the ads as well as the appointment setting process. We'll see what order the videos come out in. I might actually launch the ads and then go into appointment setting. But we'll see when that time comes. But as of right now, that's pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.